you have a toxic ex that you cannot communicate with, no matter what you try to say or do, everything escalates into an argument. Even the simplest questions about your kids, logistics, picking up, dropping off, whatever, becomes like a monumental ordeal, and you get hit with word salad and just the circular arguments that never end and all the blaming. Does this sound familiar? Well, in this video, I'm going to teach you some of the tricks and tips and strategies on how to communicate with a toxic ex and stay sane. But first, will you do me a favor and please subscribe to my channel and hit the bell so you'll be notified every time I post a new video. This information is really important and I don't want you to miss any of it. And if you're new here, let me introduce myself. I'm Victoria McCooey. I'm a transformation coach, a motivational speaker, and the creator of the Reclaim Your Power system. I have helped hundreds of people get the confidence, the courage, and the wisdom needed to leave a toxic spouse and to go on and create a fabulous new life that is joyful and drama-free. Okay, so let's talk about the 3 ways I want to teach you to communicate with a toxic ex and stay sane. The first trick is to move it to email. Do not communicate voice to voice, face to face, or even on the phone. And don't even communicate via text. Text can be very harassing. Now, you know that the narcissistic ex-spouse is going to continue to try to abuse you in your communication. It's going to be blaming you or manipulating you or still trying to control you or gaslighting you into believing that something that isn't true is, or something that is true isn't. You know, they're still going to try to get you in a place where they can control you. And that's easier when you're speaking face to face or even on the phone. So you can't let them have that power. You have to reclaim that power and draw the line in the sand. And I know you think you can't. I've had hundreds of clients who didn't think they could, but they actually did set that boundary that I'm only communicating with you via email, or if your court has ordered it, a parenting app. It's only in writing, and you can do it too. And I know what you're thinking. People say it to me all the time. They'll never go for that. They'll never adhere to it. Well, they will if you stick to your guns. If you create that boundary and you're not flexible about it, you can get it court ordered too, if need be. I've seen it all, and you can actually get this to work. So this is the first way to start reclaiming your power and keeping your sanity so that you don't have to have all those crazy conversations that lead nowhere except to another argument. Okay, so now that all of your communication is in writing, the next step is to stuff it. So this is what stuff stands for. The S is for short. You want to make this as brief as possible, as concise as you possibly can. The T is for to the point. You don't want to talk about anything except the exact message that you have or question that you need answered. Don't layer it on with other topics, other concerns. Keep each communication about one specific thing. The U is for unemotional. Do not give them any supply. Don't bare your soul. Don't even use one adjective. Just the pithiest, shortest, most concise communication you can possibly write. Don't give them any feeling, any idea of what you're going through, what you're thinking. Just the facts, ma'am. You know, nothing else. As if you're just writing a newspaper story. You're just asking for information, getting the information, and delivering facts. And the F is for firm. You want to be firm in your communication. You don't want to seem wishy-washy. You don't want to seem soft. You don't want to seem like you can be talked out of whatever it is you're saying. You also don't want to seem aggressive either. So somewhere in the middle, you have to walk that fine line of being firm but not aggressive. The third strategy for communicating with a toxic ex is to break it down. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, if you are used to the word salad that you get when you try to talk to your ex or communicate any information in person, then you know if they can't do it in person, they're going to do it in writing. So you're going to get bombarded with these long emails, right? They're going to put all that word salad energy into their emails to you. Some of my clients get emails from their ex that are pages long, and it's like they're yelling in a text, right? I'm sorry, in an email. It's just bombarding them, blaming them, being abusive all over again in writing. So how do you answer something like that? How do you keep yourself from fighting back? You feel like you're being attacked. You want to attack back. They say a lie. You want to uh, say that it's not true. Tell your side of the story. Well, you can't take the bait. This is my favorite method, because here's what I teach my clients to do. You copy the entire as long as it is, copy the whole thing and paste it back into a reply. Now you're going to go through and look for anywhere that there is a question that needs to be answered. You're not going to comment on all the other extraneous stuff. You're going to make them, though, see how crazy it seems to have to reread all of that writing to get to finally where there is something that needs an answer. And then you're going to insert into it your answer, and you're going to make it stand out. So maybe in red, in a colored text, or if it's in a parenting app, sometimes you can't use color, make it bold or make it caps or make it some way that it stands out from the rest of what you've copied and pasted. So then you're just going to go through and just insert what needs to be answered and absolutely nothing more. This is setting a boundary, saying, no, I'm not going to react to that. I'm not going to answer all these crazy accusations. I'm not even going to address all of your abusive writing. I'm just going to answer the questions that need to be answered. So what do you think? Does that resonate with you? Do you think you'll be able to use these strategies? Well, I don't want you to forget any of this. So I have created a free gift for you that goes over all of this, and it gives specific examples of what that looks like in real life, how to answer those crazy emails, and how to write a really stuffed correspondence to your ex. So if you would like that, I would love to send it to you. There will be a link in the description where you can request your copy. If you liked this video, will you give it a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I've linked a few other videos here that I thought you might like to watch, so I hope I see you in the next video.